thanks for being with us for this Q&A session, Julie. You're another one of our really great partners, and we would love to start this Q&A session with you just telling us a little bit more about yourself and your business, please.
Oh, wonderful. Well, thank you. It's really is a sort of, where do I start with it? Because our business, so that is Academy of High Achievers, has been going since 2004. But before then, I did have my own coaching and training business called Incorporate, and my business partner and life partner, Tony Burgess, he had his own business as well called ARC. And we met in 2002. In fact, he was a BNI referral, would you believe? And we started to collaborate really through our love of NLP. I was an NLP trainer. He was really into NLP. And we started to run sort of introductions to NLP. And then in 2004, thought, why don't we just bring the best of what we're doing together and form this business? So that's really where we kind of started. But before then, I did have a proper job. I used to work, I actually started out my working career as a social worker. I don't know whether you knew that. And
I didn't actually, yeah.
I was a frontline social worker, then I became a social work manager, and then I ended up being in a leadership role where I was heading up large county-wide services. And as I say, I tunneled my way out of that in 2002. So I've kind of been self-employed and an entrepreneur since 2002.
And you guys do such great work, and you know, obviously I did my DISC training with you guys, and I know you know, so some of the other stuff that Tony does with the havening and stuff, I'm desperate to do at some point, so if I ever get the time to do it. But just talk to us a little bit about some of the stuff that you guys put out there, because it's really interesting.
Well, thank you, Chris. And you know, one of the things about us is that we do love variety. So whereas, you know, you'll get messages niche, and we're like, well, we like doing the things that we love doing. So in our portfolio, we have DISC. We've been partners with Wiley as it is now since 2008. So we were one of the really, really early partners. They call us legacy partners, which makes me feel very old. So we run DISC certification training, and we're providers of profiles and just everything to do with everything DISC, as you know, we absolutely love. We don't do NLP training anymore. We replaced that with a therapeutic tool called havening. And havening is a wonderful tool for helping people to, well, the primary thing, there's lots of things you can do with it, but primary thing is to help people to dismantle encoded trauma and do it quite quickly. So anything that's a kind of amygdala-based disorder can be helped with havening, and it is an amazing tool. So we are havening trainers, and we run havening training online since April 2020.
You're doing it online now?
Oh, yeah. I mean, goodness me, there's been a huge interest in it since, I mean, we've always run havening training since around about 2014. It's quite a new tool. But we had an in-person training for April and realized we needed to move it online. And the reach that we've had worldwide has just been incredible. So since April, we've trained over 70 people since April. People from Singapore, Hong Kong, India, Malaysia, all over. Yeah. So it's a wonderful tool for therapists, coaches.
And I remember when I first saw it, it was actually in London. I was watching, I'd gone down for an event with Richard Bandler and Paul McKenna. And Paul McKenna did they do the demonstrations on the stage or whatever, don't they? And that's really where I'd first heard about it. And then it might have been when I was doing some DISC training with you guys, and Tony was speaking about it. And I was like, I'd love to learn that. So Still in the back of my mind.
Oh, I mean, I would love you to join it. At the moment, it's 4 half days
Okay.
online,
Yeah.
and that's the start of it. Then, if you want to go on and become a practitioner in it, then there's 30 case studies and 2 videos, etc. I'm giving you a bit of detail here.
No, it's good for anyone watching.
It is a wonderful tool based on neuroscience.
Mm.
It is about literally changing the brain and changing the brainwave patterns, and incredibly powerful. I do really encourage, if you're listening to this and you're a therapist, coach, trainer, consultant, and you're looking to add powerful tools to your toolkit, I would really encourage you to have a look at that.
And I think it's so important, isn't it? Because I know that over my coaching journey, and again, I've done corporate coaching and all the rest of it for a really long time, but it's really useful to have the therapeutic side as well. I know some people shy away from it, but actually, because when the times I've been coaching people in a business, but then it is your personal life that drives a lot of your behaviors and the way you react to things, and then it's boils down to confidence or trauma or whatever. So having those tools in your toolkit are just amazing. Like, I trained in EFT, which is reasonably similar to Havening, not exactly the same, obviously. And and other people have done hypnosis and various other things. But it's nice to be able to bring those into sessions, because sometimes actually, someone's so stressed or whatever with work, you just need to be able to bring them down, or like you say, it's something that's in their personal life that's driving their professional behavior. So you become a much more rounded coach, I think, if you can utilize those different tools. And then even further when you bring in things like DISC or NLP and all the rest of it. So it's an amazing thing to be able to do, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's really come into its own actually during the pandemic. I mean, therapists and coaches are looking for ways of being able to help people with anxiety and worry. And there's so much that we can do in terms of targeting more conscious thinking patterns, the more cognitive behavioral stuff. It's the amygdala based responses. It's like, why am I feeling like this? Or why am I why am I anxious all the time? Or why am I worrying? And it's hard for people to kind of get in there with the more cognitive talking therapies, and it's wonderful to have a tool that can help with the more unconscious processes that are more around the kind of neuro pathways that for some people have been developing over a long period of time, and it's being able to target those.
It's really powerful stuff. So since lockdown, then obviously it's been quite challenging for everybody this year. What challenges have you particularly faced, and the business particularly faced, and what can you offer people that will really help them through this time?
Yeah, well, I kind of alluded to that, in terms of what I was just saying. When lockdown first happened and we came back, we were in Spain at the time. So we had 6 days of Spanish lockdown, which was very Spanish, I would say. And we came back here, and I remember Tony, my business partner, life partner, saying to me, well, I don't know what we're going to do now. I might have some time to tidy up my office. We thought we would have very little to do. And yes, the emphasis of what we've done has changed, but my goodness me, we've been really busy. In some ways busier than is good for our balance. But it's been delightful to do purposeful work. So that was really what we concluded was, let's just do what we love doing. We've got this great toolkit. Let's just get it out there. There are people who need it. And so that's really where we started. It's like, we're just going to offer this to people. And we started to obviously attract a lot of interest because people were struggling. And then, of course, the havening training took off way more than we thought it was going to. And there are a couple of other, well, one other important training that we do, which is a belief change. I can't remember whether we talked about that before, but we, many years ago, we put together a belief change model and wrote a book called Beliefs and How to Change Them for Good. It's a 6-step belief change process. And we've always run a 1-day belief change practitioner training, and we took that online, and that's been really popular as well. So we've done a lot of training. We took the DISC training online as well. So yeah, we've got more and more comfortable in online delivery, as I know many trainers have. And so yeah, we've actually been busier than we thought we were going to be. So yeah, you know, we helping people through these turbulent times. Personally, I think the greatest issues for me have been, I have 5 grandchildren and 2 on the way.
Oh.
And you know, as with many people, the just those personal family connections has been,
Yes, I think that's
something to overcome.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? And it's one of those, isn't it? Like with Zoom calls and stuff. On one hand, you get Zoom fatigue, but actually, it's quite nice to talk to people, because otherwise you'd be really isolated, wouldn't you, without it? I guess.
Yeah.
Because you know you've had lockdowns. There's more lockdowns coming in, so it's it's quite isolating, isn't it?
So in terms of what can we offer people, we have got some freebies.
Okay.
So if people go to our main hub website, which is aha-success.com, that's the main hub website, and there you can kind of gain access to the various other websites we have. But there are 2 resources which are free for people. One is the book I mentioned, the Belief Change book. If people go to our website, they can access a free PDF version of the book. No sign up, you know, they can just have that. The other website that we have is around a model called Pink Bucket Thinking. And again, we've written a book called Pink Bucket Thinking. And on there, we've got the PDF version of that book, and also 52 video clips that we filmed in Spain 2 years ago. So it's us on the beach in the Costa del Sol in the winter, and it's video clips that are really bringing the chapters alive in that book. And people might find that helpful at this time, because it's really all about the you know, the inner world, and making sure we're using the tools on ourselves.
It's a great book, actually. I remember getting a copy from doing the training and that. So yeah, anyone that's wanting to look at their inner work a bit more, and it's so important to do that. I think sometimes we concentrate, or we get told about doing physical exercise and all that sort of stuff, but actually you know, mental health is becoming more and more prevalent, isn't it? But it's really doing that deep inner work, and you know, releasing past traumas and everything else, and looking at why we behave the way we do is just so important for to be able to move forward in a positive way, isn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely is. So those are free resources. Then if anybody is interested in the DISC certification training, we have got a 15% discount on that for the My People Club members.
Which is amazing. So anybody on our platform, any of our members, if you go to the sort of discount area, then Julie and all her company information is on there, so you can check it out and get access to those discounts. So thank you for that, because that was very kind of you.
Welcome.
Thank you. So outside of our community, obviously we talk about our partners quite regularly. We have the Monday Marketplace and the newsletters that we always shout out about people. And you've mentioned a couple of the websites. Where's the best places to get in touch with you guys or to find you?
Yeah, so that I would say that hub website, because from that website, aha-success.com, you can go to the Havening website, you can go to the Pink Bucket Thinking website, and you can go to the DISC website. So that's a really, really good place to see the range of things that we do, find out more about us, and then be able to kind of do a little bit of surfing on those other websites.
Yeah, and I would really recommend Julie and her Success. They're great people to train with. And finally, then, I suppose, what do you like working? Why did you become a partner of My People Club? What do you like about working with My People Club? We would really love to finish on that note.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think you've got such a range of resources for people. There's so much help that you're offering people, as well as, I go to Facebook and there you are doing a Facebook Live, providing really helpful content for people. And goodness me, we really do need that at this time. And you're both really warm and friendly as well. helps hugely. But what I love is, I think it is inspiring to see what you've done and what you're doing in creating this amazing resource for people who are in the people development domain.
Yeah, and like you say, it's like all about following your passion, isn't it? And that is definitely the passion for James and I, is helping people in our sort of fields as much as we can, and using, obviously partners like yourself to sort of add to that toolkit, which is, joyful, isn't it, when you can actually make a change in someone's life. So yeah, it's great. Oh, well, thank you so much for this Q&A, Julie. It's really so nice to speak to you again. And like I say, anyone listening, please do get in touch with Julie through the website or through our community. They provide amazing training and you won't regret going and finding them.
Lovely. Thank you ever so much, Chris. Thank you. Look forward to connecting with members.